Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. So, we've got a bit of a treat. We have an SG G310 from 2010. Now let's check out the specs online here so you get an idea what we're dealing with. Now this is from guitarspecs.net because Epiphone has nothing on their website. I don't know why. But of course it's a G310. The color of the guitar is ebony or black. You've got, of course, 2 pickups, obviously, 2 volume, 2 tone. There are no coil tapping or coil splitting features. Usual 3-way switch. Okay, we've got a mahogany body with an Okumon bolt-on neck, rosewood fingerboard. We have a 650R in the neck and a 700T in the bridge. Premium die-cast 14:1 ratio tuners, which by the way are Grovers, and this thing actually came from the factory with Grovers. It was basically the higher tier of the bottom feeder of the Epiphones with bolt-on necks. So from what I understand from Long mcquade telling me, and the last time Long mcquade sold one of these, I don't know what model year it was, but it was $375 Canadian. I bought this for $149 Canadian from them, and I just picked it up today. So there you go, plus tax. You have your usual 12-inch radius, slim taper D-neck profile. D'Addario 1046s is what the guitar shipped with. And of course, that's what I generally use on guitars like this. Would be the 1046 D'Addarios. Other than that, we've got a nut width of 1.68, dot inlays, 24.75-inch scale, and that's about it. That's about all they tell us. So yeah, the rest of it is up to your own imagination and whatever you can come up with. But it does have a nice low action on it. The nut here seems to have shrunken a little bit with age, so my low E does kind of vibrate a bit off the first fret, so it's got to be lifted just a hair. So I have a choice. I can either replace the nut, which I should have a spare bone nut or something kicking around, or I can make one, or I can just fix the existing nut because that's the only string being affected, so I can just fix that slot up and just raise it just a little hair, and then it'll be perfect. I'm guessing somebody probably put these plastic tulip knobs on as an aftermarket, because every SG G310 I've seen, including in this color and in this year, they all have kidney bean tops on the Grovers. Okay, so but it's kind of cool. I like traditional type look anyways, and yeah, so I'm in. I'm gonna leave them. I like them. So the guitar plays fantastic. I am plugged into my Blackstar HT5. So that let's go through this here. So this is our bridge. This is just clean. And the neck. Keep in mind, guys, I am a left-handed guitar player by nature and have been my entire life. Right-handed thing, I wouldn't necessarily say it's new to me because I've been kind of trying to do this off and on over the years, and I am getting better, obviously. I still suck at doing lead, among a few other things, right-handed. But I already had a right-handed acoustic in the collection. I wanted a right-handed electric again. And I figured, well, you know, I'll find something. And lo and behold, we're at Long mcquade a couple days ago and spotted this. And I thought, well, it needs a little bit of loving, but that's okay. We can fix her up and get her perfect again. So I did have to loosen the truss rod off all the way. So hopefully the tension of the strings will pull up. I'm actually going to tune this up probably a half step higher to just give that neck a little more of a pull. Because somebody had it so dead straight that it probably was starting to back bow a little bit, even though it didn't buzz any frets like you would expect it. So it's kind of like that truss rod was really tight to undo. So, but it's all freed up and loosened off. So, but it's not running loose. I just retightened it to the point where it just stops, and just a little hairball extra. And so we're gonna let that sit for a couple days because that might even fix it too. Who knows? But it's just the one string being affected. So, and you only hear it if you really hammer hard. So, you know, if you're just hitting it with this hard, it's fine. You know, but we do know we all like to wail on our guitars, right? But you can wail on the thing, and as long as you're fretting your notes properly, you're fine. It doesn't buzz. Anyways, yeah, it's got kind of like the whole bat wing thing going on here, like full thing almost. I guess you'd call it that. Or majority of it. I don't know what you call this style of pickguard. It is nice though. It is nice, even for with a bolt-on neck. It's a really well-made guitar. And being that it was the higher tier of the bottom feeders, and it came with Grovers, that's like a plus. Usually you don't see Grovers on an SG until you spend about $500-600, you know, like Canadian dollars. So that's pretty good for even $375 Canadian. It came with Grovers, you know, because even the tuners, the Grover tuners right now actually pretty much cost about what I paid for the guitar. So it's kind of like a nice throw-in bonus there. Right? But they came with it. Anyways, let's try a little bit of distortion through here. It's been a while. Can't do lead very well. I suck. That's fun. Anyway, so you get a rough idea, right? Plays nice. Sounds great. For considering its age, I'm surprised there's no chips in the paint anywhere. Whoever owned it probably didn't even play it, because I'd be darned if I can even find even any wear on the frets at all. Like, you can tell it's been played because there's definitely some DNA on this fingerboard we got to clean up. But yeah, so I'm going to give it a good full clean up, polish the frets up nice, clean the fingerboard good, and the whole thing. And while I'm at it, I'm going to take the back cover apart, see what kind of pots these things really are, if they're even labeled, and go from there with it. But the nuts and washers, I was surprised they were actually already snugged up pretty good. So, and I do have to open the cavity anyhow, because I want to make sure that this nut is super tight for the jack, because on SGs they tend to loosen off periodically, and more so than a regular guitar that has a different mounting system, like usually on the metal plates. They usually don't loosen off as quickly, but all guitars are subject to it over time, but they happen a lot faster and sooner on SGs because you're only going wood to wood. There's no actual plate to stop anything, so, and no locker, right? capo on it. That's a good idea. Probably have to tighten that up a bit. Playing up on the 5th fret is kind of a bit of a pain sometimes. Anyway, that's cool. That was a lot of fun. Let's try finger picking if we can. Something else I suck at right now. Better off not doing that right now. So, I know you guys want your star ratings and stuff, and I'm okay with that. Alright, so with that all being said, I mean, you can't go wrong for 150 bucks, even though it does need a little bit of loving on that slot there on the low E, and that's an easy fix. Now, I thought about raising the bridge, but that's going to bring the action up too high, so I want to keep the action nice and low where it's sitting, which is already to spec. So it's just a matter of just lifting that up just a hair, and I mean a hair is all it needs. So probably about the thickness of some regular photocopy paper, about that thickness, that ought to cure it. But we're not going to use paper trick for that because that looks stupid. I want to do it pro because that's how I do things. But yeah, I'm going to lift that up a little bit, get that fixed up, and then that'll be fine. Which may end up being I might have to actually kind of balance tweak a little bit. Maybe split the difference. We'll see how it turns out though. But yeah, it definitely needs a really good cleanup. I did a basic cleanup, but yeah, just a full cleanup. New set of strings. The frets are great on it. There's no problems with the frets at all. Other than a little teeny weeny little bit of edging, like just a little tiny bit, but I mean, come on, it's only a like not even a $400 guitar new. So, but I've seen worse, you know, for that kind of money, right? So that's actually pretty respectable either way, because it's not cutting my fingers, it's not catching my skin, and I'm squeezing fairly good on it. But I'm gonna let this thing, you know, acclimate to my home, because that makes a difference, right? And see if the wood swelling up with humidity getting at it in here is going to make that much of a difference. And if it takes it away, cool. If it doesn't, then what I'll do is I'll take some 1500 grit and just go along the edges, because that's all I have to do. Because there's nothing on the ends really, like well, maybe a little tiny bit on the end. Very minor though, but that I can brush over and round it with some 1500 grit and it'd be gone. So that'd be like smoother and you know what. Anyways, glass, whatever you want to call it. But it'd be definitely way better, right? Pickups are nice, I like them. The bridge, well, hey, it's a bridge. It's a tail stop, you know. The pick guard is actually, looks like 2, maybe 3 layer. Let me get my magnifying glass. I can see better with it. My eyes are getting old, man. 3 layer. Nice. 3 layer pick guard. Goes black, white, black. So, pretty cool. And not even any rust on the screws. So, you know, it was well looked after. I'll give it that. But yeah. So, and not even a paint chip anywhere. So the thing was kept really nice. So, pretty impressed there. Like I said, I don't even think anybody even really played the thing, because it just doesn't show any kind of wear anywhere on the frets. So we'll polish it, we'll clean it, we'll come back at a later date with another video. But hey, this is a review. For a beginner, this is a great guitar. For an intermediate player, also great. If you're an advanced player as well, you probably like it too. Especially considering it has great tuners already. You don't even have to change the tuners. They're Grovers, man. You know, and the pickups sound fine. I have no issues with them. They're great. But 150 bucks Canadian, and I even get a warranty with the sucker because I bought it from Long mcquade, so I didn't buy it private. So that's an awesome deal. So that's really good. So yeah, star rating. Yeah, you guys like that sort of thing, right? I am not going to diss any points on this nut because age will shrink plastic. And I think that's all that's probably going on there. So, and like I said, it's only the one string. But I would say, let's put this thing, I'm going to give it a 4.5. I think it deserves a 4.5. Okay, it really does. In my opinion, it deserves a 4.5 out of 5. It's definitely not perfect by any means. We already know that. So, you know, and so I'm going to basically use that as the half star gone kind of thing. Call it a 4.5 out of that in that sense. I don't know what I would do as far as upgrading any of the hardware on this goes, what I'm going to upgrade or what I would upgrade on it, if anything. I do know that there's a bit of an off balance here on this one knob. That's kind of bugging me a little. Fix it later. Anyways, yeah, I get a little OCD on stuff, you know. I don't think it's the pot, because the pots are running perfectly smooth, so it's got to be a defective cap. I don't know. I got an extra cap exactly the same anyway. But yeah, I think 4.5 out of 5 would work just fine for this. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Just don't tell me what you think of my playing, because I already know it sucks, so don't worry. It's a right-handed guitar. I'm a lefty. But yeah, I'll come back with this at a later date, especially once I've had some good time in playing it too. I can do a better job next time. And I'll let you know what I did to fix the string in case you get that problem. You'll know the method that I use to fix it, because right now I don't know which one I'm going to use. I've got a few choices, so I got to kind of think it through, because some are, you know, pretty straightforward and others are kind of like, well, it's a little time consuming kind of thing. So we'll have to see. But great guitar, great find. If you do find one of these, check it over thoroughly, you know, before you pay for it. But I think 150 bucks on the used market, even on a private deal, I think probably about anywhere between 100 to 150. You know, depending on the condition. You know, you got to check the frets. If the frets are all dinged up, well then I'd say 100 bucks. Because you're going to want to probably end up having these frets re-leveled and dressed at that point. And you can get away with it at least once for sure. Because they're kind of like a medium jumbo fret. Otherwise, yeah, this thing is like virtually in brand new condition, really, other than that one little issue. And like I said, we're not dinging that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But this has been my video on the 2010 G310. See you on the next one. Ciao.